One small duck saved an entire village. There once was a peaceful village by a winding river. Life here was simple. Children played in the meadows. Elders sat on porches sipping tea. Birds sang in the trees. But one day, everything changed. And the one who changed it? Not a human. Not a hero from the outside. Not even a grown animal. It was a young, yellow duck, barely old enough to fly. Small, quiet, seemingly powerless. Until the day the village needed a hero. Shots of the duck waddling near the river. Children feeding it, bakery worker tossing breadcrumbs, duck splashing in puddles, interacting with people. This duck wasn't just a passerby. It was part of the village family. Every morning it waited near the bakery for warm crumbs from yesterday's bread. It followed school children down the lane, its little feet pattering as it flapped along with laughter. When rain fell, it would play in puddles. When the sun shone, it sat near the fountain, preening its yellow feathers. It didn't speak, but somehow it connected with everyone. The children called it our sunshine. The baker left extra crumbs just in case it came late. The elderly smiled each time it appeared. It brought a kind of quiet joy, the kind you don't notice until it's gone. But the duck saw things others didn't. Subtle rise in water, darkening skies. The duck looking at the river intently, villagers ignoring the signs. The river began to change, slowly, almost like a secret. Day by day, the water line crept higher. Not enough to alarm anyone, just a little more than usual. The villagers thought it was just more rain. A wet season, they said. The river always rises. But the duck, it stopped playing. Stopped waiting for crumbs. It spent its days standing at the river's edge, watching. Its tiny eyes blinked. Its little body stiffened. The wind smelled different. The current was stronger. Something was wrong. Then one night, clouds swallowed the stars. The wind turned angry. The duck didn't sleep. Before the sun rose, it began to panic, quacking loud, flapping wildly, waddling from door to door. It ran in circles. It pulled at hanging laundry. It pecked at doors. But would anyone understand? At 4:03 a.m., the dam upstream cracked. The river unleashed itself in a fury of waves and debris. But thanks to that duck's frantic warning, lights turned on. Parents jumped from beds. Children were carried into arms. People looked out and saw the river coming, and they ran. The duck didn't flee. It ran with them, guiding them, leading them toward the hillside. A frightened toddler had wandered off. The duck found her near the well and quacked until a woman came running. Gates were opened. Pens unlocked. Animals set free. Neighbors carried elders. Strangers held hands. And the duck kept moving, calling, flapping, refusing to stop. Morning after. Mud-soaked village, but lives saved. The duck sitting on a rock looking at the sunrise. The sun returned. The waters receded. And while the village was changed forever, no lives were lost. They say heroes come in all forms. That day, they learned something they'd never forget. You don't have to be big to make a difference. You just need to care enough to act. If this story moved you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs hope, and don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming duck tales, because sometimes the tiniest wings carry the biggest courage.